You are extremely easily manipulated when you feel like you can't check in with yourself, when you feel like the answer and the validation and the worthiness is in the external world and that you can't create it within you. You actually know exactly what it is you need to do. You are just out of practice with listening to yourself. And the more that you start to hush those little nudges, the more you try and logic and reason your way out of why you can't do something, why something isn't right for you, why something's too hard, why these people or the situation are worth your time and energy, the more you start to reason that, the less you will make a habit of listening to your gut, listening to your soul, listening to your core that has the inner knowing of exactly what it is you need to do. You are just distracted. My reality used to be that I had OCD and depression and anxiety, and I was constantly a victim to that. I used to think that my value was reflected in who I was friends with or who I was dating or how many shiny objects I had, such as my research papers or things that I truly didn't care too much about, but I used the opinions that other people had, or at least that I thought other people had, to double check if my desires and if my actions were good enough. And you can never get to where you want to go and become the person that you truly want to be if you still have that mindset. So if you made the habit of thinking that you are lost and not checking in with yourself or trusting your gut, this is what attracting your desire looks like. So imagine this is your desire, right? This little rose quartz. When you look at it, you can't see that it's possible. You don't see the action steps. You don't see yourself there. All you see are these little blockages. Imagine these little stones are blockages. All you see are these, okay, that's not even in focus. God damn it. So your desire is this crystal, and all you see are the blockages that are covering it. This will take too long. This is impossible. I can't do it because XYZ. I need to constantly refer to external sources and other people rather than taking time to actually listen to myself. And so the less you are able to check in with yourself and trust the gut, the bigger these blockages get. And so you aren't even able to see what lights you up anymore. You aren't even able to see your desire. You are only able to see the blockages. But here's the thing. Both of them can be reality. It just depends on what you focus on. And you can't focus on this. You can't attract this if you are in a state of being distracted. I remember when things really started changing for me, when I started healing my intrusive OCD thought loops, I had blinders on. I was in a state for months where when I would get intrusive thinking, I would immediately treat it as a cue to do breath work. So if you really want to change, if you really want the clarity that you are craving, the feeling of not being lost, you need to literally put blinders on. Because you have the desire that you want. You have the reality that you want. So anything that comes in that threatens that, you need to ignore it. So this might mean deleting social media for you. I have never had an Instagram. I literally just got one, but it is just to connect with people and start posting content like this on there. But I never had one before that. And I always thought it was so weird how people will like post things for like the validation of people that they like don't even really know. Like growing up, I was always like, why do you do that? Like, why are you stressing over what to post? Like, what is that even doing for you? So it might mean deleting social media. It might mean deleting YouTube. It might mean only relying on external information if it is books or if it's podcasts or if it is long form like this. And especially cutting back on feeding the thoughts that are dragging you down. I'm still healing those thought patterns and like healing the remnants of being so self-critical, of feeling like I don't have the answers. But I'm at a point now where things are getting so good because I'm starting to rely on my intuition and rely on my own power. And once you get to this point where you realize you have all the answers within you, life gets so beautiful because you realize, oh, wait, every single day I am building a relationship with myself. What the things that I choose to say, the things that I choose to focus on, the things that I choose to do, that I choose to consume, that I choose to eat, that I chose to talk about, the time that I spend, every single one of those forms the relationship that you're building with yourself. And I remember waking up every day feeling so lost, and I didn't realize I wasn't lost. I had all of the answers. I was just distracted. When you get those nudges, when you get like that hit of inspiration, that hit of like, oh wait, this is exactly what I need to do, act on it. Because that is your entire being showing you the way, showing you the action plan of what you need to do. But because you're in this state of being distracted, because you are watching a bunch of content or surrounding yourself with people or situations or things that don't fully align with you, you silence those nudges. And those nudges are what create new realities. If you want to jump timelines, if you want to propel yourself into a new person and into a new life, you need to follow those nudges. I'm going to share something that is a little bit embarrassing to admit, but my freshman year of college, I started a TikTok account, and the account got one hate comment and I deleted the whole thing. I now, on this channel that you're watching, I get like a handful of hate comments every so often. I remember when I read that first hate comment on that TikTok account, it hit me so hard. I cared so much because I didn't have the blinders on. I was feeding thoughts and energies that didn't align with the person that I wanted to be. And I didn't make the habit and the skill of listening to what I truly knew was important. And so now I read hate comments sometimes, or I will read shade on this channel, and I'll just be like, and I am so extremely unfazed by it because I know that that's just noise. It's just noise. And by preserving that valuable energy, I am able to focus on all of the lovely, amazing comments that you guys share. And that is exactly what it is. You need to make the habit and the skill of listening to your intuition, listening to those little nudges. For 3 years, I delayed making this channel that you are watching right now, and it has been the most fruitful experience connecting with you people and like reading the comments that are like, wow, this changed my life, like people need to hear this. Like that is so beautiful for me. And the crazy thing is that I knew for years that I wanted to do this. I knew that I had healed traumas in my own life and that maybe my story and my message could help people out there. I knew that for years, and I was getting in my own way by needing to know all of the details, by thinking that I needed to have all of the answers in one moment. Babe, those are distractions. You need to set boundaries. Those are outside of the blinders, okay? Put them blinders back on. And if I would have done that sooner, if I would have set boundaries with the thoughts that were trying to be perfectionistic and the thoughts that were telling me that I was lost and that I needed to figure everything out before I started, I would have just prevented my desire from coming in. The longer you distract yourself with the things that are outside of these blinders, the longer you are telling yourself, I am not the person who effortlessly receives my desire. I am not the person who is in this dream reality of mine that I know you have. Today when I was at the gym, there's a personal trainer there, and I love her so much because she's so knowledgeable. She's knowledgeable on hormones, on physical therapy, on spirituality and yoga, on all of these beautiful things. And I literally told her, I was like, why don't you start a YouTube channel? Like, I would follow you. Like, every time I speak with you, I'm just amazed by how knowledgeable you are. And she started telling me, she was like, oh, I don't even know what I would talk about. I feel like I'm too drained for that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I literally said back to her, I was like, girl, every time I talk to you, you have something beautiful to talk about. What you're saying right now, that could be a video. And she was laughing and she was flattered by it. And she was like, okay, maybe I'll think about it. But it's just so interesting in real time to see the blockages that people create for themselves. You are not lost. You are just distracted. Okay? And once you cut back on everything that is outside of these blinders, you can change everything for yourself. Listen to those nudges. Realize what is truth, what is the desire, and what is just another blockage. And once you remove this, you can attract whatever it is that you want. If this resonated with you, please do let me know. I love reading your comments and connecting with your stories. If you would like an active workbook to help you throughout this process, to help close the gap between the person that you truly want to be and all of the negative thought loops that might be holding you down now, the link will be in my bio. And I love you so much. I'm sending you so much light and healing and positive juju on this journey. And yeah, bye.